large city with all its lights on. Each home, street, and shopping center has its own light switch and bulb that lets people go about their daily activities. From an airplane, you can see that together these lights make the entire city glow. Now imagine that a problem occurs with the wiring or circuits within the city's electrical system. Each home, street, and shopping center gradually loses power and the people are unable to carry on as normal. It eventually becomes harder to cook dinner, drive through the city, and do business in stores. The power outage will eventually disable the entire city and its people. Now think about the brain and imagine that each cell within the brain is a light bulb and the entire brain is the city. Each neuron helps carry out the functions of the brain. During normal function, each neuron and all the parts of the brain work together to carry out tasks such as remembering a relative's name, washing the dishes, or controlling one's temper. Alzheimer's disease gradually turns off each neuron in the brain, just like the lights in the city. As the individual neurons stop working, the brain does not function as well and the person has problems thinking, remembering, and carrying on with daily living. However, unlike an electrical circuit that can be repaired, damage in the brain caused by Alzheimer's disease and dementia is permanent and cannot be repaired. The brain is made up of three major parts: the cerebral cortex, the limbic system, and the brain stem. Alzheimer's disease strikes certain parts of the brain first. The limbic system, primarily the hippocampus, is attacked first, then the cerebral cortex, then the brainstem, causing each structure to lose its function in turn. The symptoms that occur are a direct result of each sequential damage. The limbic system damage impairs a person's memory and causes mood swings. The cerebral cortex damage results in trouble controlling emotional outbursts. People at this stage may need help with daily activities such as eating, shaving, or combing their hair. The brainstem damage late in Alzheimer's disease impairs organ function, including the function of the heart, lungs, and various other bodily processes. Symptoms and progression of the disease. A common or early symptom is short-term memory loss. As the disease advances, symptoms can include problems with language, disorientation, mood swings, loss of motivation, not managing self-care, and behavioral issues. As their condition rises, they disorient themselves from family and friends. The body functions are gradually lost, the leading cause in death. The spread of the disease's progression can vary, but can vary from 3 to 9 years. The symptoms are often subtle and get confused with normal age symptoms related to decline. The disease is poorly understood, and many believe that many genes are involved. History of head injuries, depression, and hypertension are all considered risks. The disease process correlates to the plaques and tangles in the brain. There are no formulated medications or supplements that can decrease the risk of this disease. However, mental and physical exercise and avoiding obesity can decrease chances. There are no treatments to reverse or stop the disease. Every 66 seconds, someone develops Alzheimer's disease. In 2012, 747,000 Canadians were living with the disease alone. And in America, more than 5 million people have Alzheimer's, and that number is expected to rise to 16 million by 2050. In the United States, it will cost the government alone $259 billion, and by 2050, these costs could rise to $1.1 trillion. The Canadian government currently pays $10.4 billion to support people with Alzheimer's. From a global standpoint, in 2010, there was an estimated 35.6 million people living with Alzheimer's, and with these numbers, they are expected to grow in the next 20 years. 5% of the Canadian Institutes of Health research budget is invested into dementia research. Alzheimer's is the sixth leading cause of death in America. It kills more than breast and prostate cancer combined. 45%, or 118,000 people aged 45 or older living with dementia, are placed in long-term care facilities.